What's up, guys? Welcome to Lawsplaining the Interwebs. I am your late, what's the PC term? Gay and muted host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, small law firm, back in central Minnesota, back in the vault. I can't express enough how happy I am to be back in the vault. I'm still trying to get everything set up. I apologize. I drove so many hours past 2 days to get here. And of course, I get here and immediately Streamlabs has the wrong microphone selected. Immediately. Because God is mad at me. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. And he taketh away when he thinks it's funniest, I think. That's my theory, anyway. Is that God is funny and he's laughing at me most of the time. Which is fine. I'll forgive him this time for it. Oh, I'm back. Oh, no more inconsistent internet as the stream immediately crashes. No more garbage. Everything seems to be normal. It's almost like everything works for now. I'm sure it won't very soon. But no, the beard, I had to shave it. And I'll tell you why I had to shave it. Because I've been sitting here scratching my face for the past week, not having anything with me. But the beard will come back. It will. I had to trim it. I was eating my mustache. Oh my gosh. So much relief being here. So anyway, to those of you who witnessed the abject disaster that was Sunday night stream, I apologize. I got nothing else than that. I have to say sorry. It was trash because the internet was so bad and so inconsistent, which then threw me off, and I am just sorry that thing exists. I don't take things down, so it will forever remain as the shame of my existence. 0 out of 10. So, there's that. But we're back. Only Sunday. I'm not apologizing for the other ones. The other ones functioned pretty much, at least. But the Sunday stream, I wasn't gonna stream because I hate streaming on hotel internet that I'm not familiar with, or resort, whatever it is. And I was just gonna avoid it, but so much stuff has happened over the Friday and the weekend. I don't even have everything downloaded. I'm actually gonna start doing that now while I talk, because I don't even have everything. There's so much crap going on that I have to go download all of these filings. I'm gonna spend like $30 right now buying them all. And are you serious right now? That one? Oh, come on. I don't want this. Go away. Never mind. I didn't need to do that anyway. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, how are you guys? How is life on the res or whatever? The res that is not my house. We have the things we're covering today. I got some fan mail. Fan mail on this show. Now, I actually got 2 types of fan mail. I was gone for a long time and a bunch of stuff piled up. And so tonight, though, I'm only going to do the funny kind of fan mail. And by funny, I mean the kind where I get an ethics complaint. That's the funny one. I got a new ethics complaint. I went through and redacted it. I checked it twice, so I'm pretty sure I won't dox Cassandra Blair Lone. Cassandra, if I accidentally dox you, it's not personal, sweetheart. It's really not. I'm pretty sure that I have gone through this document and redacted everything that could even be close to identifying like where you live. Now, I'm not going to redact your name, dummy. This is, I actually feel bad. This one I feel bad about, okay? I'll tell you. This one, I'm looking it over. I'm making sure it's redacted again. I really want to be specific on this person and really make sure I redacted it because I feel bad because Cassandra has done this. This is the dumbest ethics complaint I've gotten, I think. Like the most actually unaware of reality. So I don't want, you know, she's, bless her heart. Okay, so supplemental affirmative defense. Oh, this is that dumb thing. I'm not going to go over that today. I'm not going to download it. I'm going to talk about it. I've got to get the Funimation one. We got to get that. I don't need the document preview. Add that to the cart, baby. Let's see. Well, let's just add all this to the cart. God. Oh my gosh, what a disaster. Look at all this money. This is Lemoine's plan. It's like, I'll just keep filing these long motions and Nick will go broke buying them all. Oh, goodness. I just, so as many of you may have deduced from my very cryptic pictures and stuff, I was down in Texas. Now, I know the Spurg Patrol of Law Twitter has suggested that because I happen to be in Texas on a personal vacation that's been planned for somewhere around a year, that because of that, it's somehow not a burden for me to be deposed in Texas. That's not true at all. It still would be a massive burden to me. Again, this vacation to Texas took almost a year of planning. That's how my life is. I have more children than you. Most of them I don't think can produce. Because again, I said God has a sense of humor, right? And he knows that to let them reproduce would be not funny. So, yeah, I think he took that away from many of them. All right, so we've got, this is, I just got Funimation's 59-page document. Funimation's document's very interesting in concept because of what I've heard about it. It's let's see, the Funimation Production LLC's supplemental brief in support of its TCPA motion. Here's the thing that these guys are worried about. Now, I'm sure Law Twitter will disagree because they disagree with everything as a matter of course. But I'm not really concerned about them. I'm sure they'll disagree about this, but looking at the filings, Funimation is supplementing a brief in support of its own motion. Why aren't they amending their motion? I mean, whatchamacallit, what's his face? Lemoine just supplemented his motion, right? They're not, because they don't know if amending or supplementing their motions beyond that 60-day filing deadline is permitted. It's not actually, like, from my very cursory glance, it's hard to find any authority that says that they can supplement or amend their motion after the 60-day filing. So if you don't know, TCPA, from the date you are served, you have 60 days to file your TCPA motion. You have 60 days. Or you can negotiate, a longer date. And upon the agreement of the parties, as long as the court doesn't find it unreasonable, you can go ahead and, extend the date by a Rule 11 agreement. That's what happened with Funimation. Funimation got into a pretty significant extension of time on theirs. And then I believe Monica and Ron also got a pretty significant extension of time on their TCPA. Then they filed it on the last day. So here's the thing. Once that's filed, the judge has to set a hearing within 60 days of that. And then he has to rule within 30 days of the hearing. So if you set it at 60 days and then do 30 days, that's 90. If you set it at 15 days and then do 30 days, you got 45, right? So there's a big difference there. Now, the thing is, that 60-day window, there's no requirement for a response time on responding to the TCPA in the law. The TCPA is a trash law. It is written terribly. It's really just a mess. Don't think it does what they wanted it to do. It's probably overbroad. Any number of issues here. There are maybe even novel constitutional arguments that can be raised about the TCPA and all of this stuff. I was thinking about them. I got to formulate those thoughts before really talking about them. But anyway, here's the argument. They had this entire period of time to file the TCPA, and once they file it, it stops everything. It stops all discovery, stops your ability to get information, stops all of this stuff until it happens, until the hearing happens. And if they win, it's dispositive. It's only dispositive if they win their motion. And what dispositive means is it decides the outcome of the case. So if you file a TCPA and win, you are the defendant. And then when you win that TCPA, the plaintiff's case is gone. It is thrown out, and then you get fees. It is a final resolution on the matter. It is appealable, of course. It is appealable, but it's very severe. So the argument is, why in God's name would we give these people 60 days with which to file, allow them to file trash, and then spend that next period of time supplementing and changing and adding to their argument? You have a 60-day hard limit. Why would we let them amend it or supplement it? There's not really any case law about it. So Funimation, this is all circling back here. Funimation goes ahead and sends a brief in support. The question is their brief, which is 56 pages, although it's not really 56 pages. The brief is only 3 pages, but they added some sections from the deposition of Vic, it looks like. The deposition of Rial and Toye. And then they added an affidavit of Jamie Markey, which is this the one that was filed? This must be filed. Yeah, this one filed in Markey's case. And they're trying to include that in their TCPA. I don't know if they can. It prejudices, you can argue, certainly, that it prejudices the plaintiff to have that happen. So that's going to be a point of contention. Same thing with Monica and Ron, right? They're trying to supplement their TCPA. And what is that? What? Who's knocking at my door? You can come in here, yes. Very quickly. Come on. But you got to stay over here. Come here. Come say goodnight. Good night. I love you. Go to sleep, okay? Close both of my doors, please. All right. Yeah. Go to bed, sweetie. Thank you. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. The kids have been in a car for 20 hours. So, it's sleeping a lot of it. So, they're trying to get to bed. You know how that goes. But anyway, so the arguments on this are going to be heavily centered on will they allow these people to continue to supplement their filings past the 60-day limit. Maybe. I don't know. Now there's a squabble going on because Ty has moved to strike and Lemoine is crying about it like a giant baby. Where is that? Lemoine wrote a letter to Judge Chupp. A 10-page letter. This is 10 pages? Oh, no. He's got some attachments, some exhibits. That's great. That's great. We'll have to... I'll download this one. I might have to redact that one before I can pull it up. What? This is... Everything is just great here. All right. Let me hit super chats, justice chats, anything that's come in here, and then we're going to jump into this ethics complaint, and then we are going to thank you for bearing with me on getting everything organized here. We're going to jump into the ethics complaint, then we're going to go into Funimation's thing, and we'll see where we are after that. That's there's plenty to go through. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Read it in a crying Lemoine voice. Oh my god. That sounds horrible. Oh, I forgot. I have all my monitors. I have all of them. Hold on. I get to do fun stuff. Like actually see while I work. Oh, it's amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh, so I started this story a while ago for a completely different reason. As you guys know, I was in Texas. I had a family reunion in Texas. So I was down there. And which was great. I did visit the law offices of J. Sean Lemoine at Wick Phillips in Dallas, downtown, well, near downtown Dallas. I visited Beard Harris, Bullock and Hughes. I figured if I was going to visit one side, I should visit the other side for a quick stop in. This is the most important thing. Oh my goodness. This is a sugar cookie from Collins Street Bakery in Corsicana, Texas. Oh man. There isn't another sugar cookie on earth for me. There isn't. Oh my god. So good. And this is a sand tart cookie from Corsicana, or from Collins Street Bakery in Corsicana. Oh my god. If you are anywhere near a Collins Street Bakery, get down there and get yourself some cookies. And to balance out the sweet, some Lafroig. I've had no whiskey for an entire week. Wouldn't want anyone to think I'm like a recovering alcoholic or anything. All right. There's that campfire. Get me ready for Lemoine's voice. All right. Sorry, I have to revel. I'm home. I love being home. Fran Madaraki says, this is on behalf of Fuhrer, Lungs Don't Behave, Got One Foot in the Grave, Jay Sean, in Roblox, of course. T. Greg Doucette says, nice to see you're finally back from your deposition in Texas. Don't worry, wink. I'm sure you had very little to say. I hope they're still going for my deposition. I hope so. That would be great. Intimidator0108 says, hey Nick, how's it going? Glad to hear you had a good weekend and that you and your family got home safe. Also, it wasn't just a weekend, man. I was gone like 10 days. Oh my God. Also, I just simply want to say thank you for responding to the DM I sent you over the weekend. You handsome devil. Oh, thanks, buddy. You're welcome. Whatever it is. Whatever I'm supposed to say there. That one. Automata says, How can Funimation say BHBH does not need to review facts already seen when Ronica has faults like assertions that are contrary to the citations, e.g. C and P9, that alone seems to necessitate a thorough review of material? Well, Funimation, that's not Funimation's, that's not Funimation's filing. They're not responsible for Lemoine's screw-ups. So, Super Anga 128 says, at Ariana Singh 17 on Twitter started a blog where men can submit stories of being falsely accused at factsandevidencematter.home.blog. If you've been falsely accused, consider going to that site and submit your story. #him2. That's interesting. Perception Check says, Manjaw is already leading a charge against Vic's New York appearance in lieu of LibertyCon. Can something be done to stop her? Can't imagine what she's doing is legal. Seems like harassment at the very least. Manjaw existing is harassment to the rest of us. Yeah, I mean, maybe something could be done to her, but what? At some point, are you going to sue everybody? But I think she's a prime target, frankly. She. Undead says, here's a Jackson for the Dox Fund. Can't go broke if you don't get woke. Oh, no. Don't call it a Dox Fund. I don't... who would pay to dox? Joseph TX says, thanks for boomering so hard I had to restart my phone to get YouTube to work again after my first try to send a super chat broke it. Anyway, I hope you saw the new info Soye emoji. Also, here's an extra 10 to cover the filings. Oh, thanks, buddy. So I've seen something about the Yost twins or whatever. Now that their names are out there, the Yost twins. Good job. We'll see how to impeach all these people. I think people are, again, with the TCPA, they're all ignoring that apparently the evidence has to be read in light most favorable to Vic. Vic contested the kissing in that story. I believe he said there was no kiss in his deposition, but I don't know. We'll see. Bloodthirster Barry says, hey, bud, over under on Chup laying down sanctions. Lemoine's filing is ridiculous. Lemoine voice. You don't need to review. They've said before we filed they were ready. We only submitted 500 pages of crap after. Yeah, they were ready for a reasonable filing. My favorite part, I'll have to see if it's what. I gotta see what Lemoine wrote. There. Should be pretty interesting. Joni Baloney says Vic is innocent. Douche it. Go. So go souk e deek. Also, please plug my H at NNL3 Law Daddy. H at NN3L Law Daddy. I have a video involving urban exploration, cryptid hunting, traps, and firearms. Make sure to bookmark and watch it after the stream. Okay. Channel. Plug my channel. Dude, I've been driving too long to read all the symbols. Plug your channel. Okay, so check out Joni Baloney if you want to see the video involving urban exploration, cryptid hunting, traps, and firearms. Elbert Doomsnake says, is there for reals going to be a hearing with Judge Chup and at least some of the parties on the 8th of August? Yes. There will also be a phone hearing on Thursday, apparently. Ishaelsen says, the affidavits Captain CPAP posted make me go back to when you pointed out that if it's all true, it has to be true that Funny and all the cons knew about Vic's behavior for over a decade and let it happen. Pay attention, Funimation. Sean Young, thanks for donation. Cabria Cousin says, glad to have you back. Thanks for being a great distraction while my 2-month-old and fiance are sick. I needed the break. Oh, man, that's rough. Hopefully they get better quickly. Vortex Chris. Hey, Nick, hope all is well. First super chat. Thank you. Glad to see you back in the vault, enjoying a nice glass of Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style for a nightcap. Keep up the excellent coverage on Vic's case. Cheers. Thank you. Will do. And Intimidator0108 says, I'll tag you on Twitter some pictures of the Lamborghini lawsplaining design I did last week on your dream car, lol. Hope you like it. Oh, yeah. Sorry, man. I did not have time. Intimidator had asked if we could set up a stream to show the car in action. And that would be fun, but I did not get home in time to set anything like that up. So thank you. I look forward to it. And finally, Coleman Gagaron says, So did the loser duo fire Casey? I haven't seen anything from him recently. Don't know. Don't know if Casey is low-key fired or not. He's not removed from representation yet. That would have to be filed with the court and granted. So, okay. What should we do? Let's get to this, huh? Let's get to this. Where are we? Where are we? There? Okay. Okay, look at this. I have so much screen real estate. I got this chat floating around here. That's good. Let's see. So, you can see immediately, right? They put the spoiler right on the top of the page. Oh, I just redacted it. They put the spoiler right on the top of the page. I better get off that redaction tool in case I didn't actually... I think I completed all the redactions. But whatever. They put the spoiler right on the top of the page. Determination that discipline is not warranted, and they didn't investigate it. Is it blurry? Some of it's blurry. That's probably my scanner. All right. All right, here we go. Got AIDS from Drexel. Okay, I'll have to get those in just a second. Let's start looking at this. 2. Cassandra Blair Loan. After reviewing the documents you submitted, the director has determined not to investigate your complaint. This is kind of a tired refrain, isn't it? The reasons for the director's decisions not to investigate this complaint are as follows. Now, watch out. Watch out for the, watch out. The summary contains, like, the summary of what they were complaining about. So here it comes. Nicholas Rekieta is an attorney who is active on social media. You allege that Mr. Rekieta has been on the internet making threats, spouting slurs. What slurs do I spout? And wearing blackface. I have not done that. I have not done that. I certainly wasn't doing that on the internet. If you want to categorize my old picture as blackface, sure, that's your opinion, that's fine. I don't really care. But I certainly am not doing that on the internet. It was leaked on the internet by someone else. Anyway, you allege that Mr. Rekieta has raised money for Vic Mignogna's lawsuit against women who have accused Mr. Mignogna of sexual harassment. Here we go. And that Mr. Rekieta has threatened those women. Not once have I threatened anybody. What is with this? How many times can I say over and over, don't do anything to these people. Don't even contact them. If you go to a convention or whatever and you see them, be respectful and allow everybody to enjoy the convention. This stuff about the case and all that, that's for not at a convention. That's not what those people are there for. It's not what the other people who paid the same ticket price you did are there for either. Nobody's there for that. Don't bother them with that. Even if you like them and hate me, don't go talk about the stupid lawsuit. The convention's where they get to get away from it. I have never once threatened these people. I think they're terrible, awful people. I think they deserve all of the wrath of the justice system, all of it, in spades. I think they should pay sanctions. I think, oh God, I don't like them. Never, ever. I don't do violence. We deal with people with mockery. Mockery. It's more effective than violence. Okay, anyway. Particularly Jamie Markey. I've probably talked about less about that dummy than any of the other people. What are you talking about? You assert that Mr. Rekieta has improperly served subpoenas and lied about how he has done so. Oh, well, there you go. So I guess when I say I have never served a subpoena on Jamie Markey, that I must be lying about it? And why in God's name would I serve a subpoena? I don't have a legal action going that involves any information that Jamie Markey might possess. What are we talking about here? But you admit that you do not have strong proof of this assertion. And by strong, they mean literally any. literally any proof. There is zero proof because that is so far out of the realm of reality that it's blatantly ridiculous. Is dummy a slur? Is dummy a slur? Maybe dummy's a slur. Oh my gosh. All right, reasons for decision not to investigate. I feel like I could almost recite this section of the letter now. Rule 8A, Rules of Lawyers' Professional Responsibility, adopted by the Minnesota Supreme Court, states, upon a reasonable belief that professional misconduct may have occurred, the director may make such investigation as the director deems appropriate. So they have a standard there. They actually have to have reasonable belief that misconduct occurred to even start the investigation. The director's office requested that you provide evidence of Mr. Rekieta serving subpoenas on Jamie Markey or any other party, any discussion about service of subpoenas, and or lying about doing so. Well, I guess they have some now. Because she lied about me doing this in general, I've now had to say I have not served a subpoena on Jamie Markey. So I guess there is some evidence about the discussion of service of subpoenas, but it wasn't subpoenas. Pumpkin. Can I call you Pumpkin? Is that a slur? Pumpkin face. Here we go. It wasn't subpoenas. You're thinking, I bet, of Ty Beard, not me, serving a summons and petition to initiate a lawsuit. That's what you're thinking of. Wait till you get to see this whole complaint. No such evidence was received. Well, la-di flippin' da, of course not. Without more, this portion of your complaint does not state a basis for a reasonable belief that misconduct on Mr. Rekieta's part may have occurred. With regard to behavior on Mr. Rekieta's part that you find offensive. While Mr. Rekieta is an attorney, the subject of your complaint is an attorney's allegedly improper actions outside the practice of law. This office has jurisdiction to consider allegations of attorney misconduct, whether or not the actions were within the practice of law. They're misunderstanding. They think that misconduct means being a naughty, naughty boy. But attorney misconduct is misconduct within the legal definition of attorney misconduct. It's a violation of the rules of professional conduct. This office has jurisdiction to consider allegations of attorney misconduct, whether or not the actions were in the practice of law. In R.E. Perry and matter of Scalen. The director of this office has discretion, however, to, quote, make such investigation as the director deems appropriate as to the conduct of any lawyer or lawyers. Rule 8A RLPR. In general, discretion has been exercised to investigate alleged attorney misconduct in matters outside his or her practice of law only when the allegations, if true, would constitute serious misconduct reflecting adversely on the attorney's fitness to practice law. See comment 2 to Rule 8.4, Minnesota Rules of Professional Conduct. Although a lawyer is personally answerable to the entire criminal law, a lawyer should be professionally answerable only for offenses that indicate lack of those characteristics relevant to the practice of law, like truthfulness. Although the director in no way approves of or condones Mr. Rekieta's alleged actions, you don't even know what they are, buddy. You might like them, particularly where those actions contain racist sentiments. How can sentiments themselves be racist? As in this matter, no, there's no racist sentiment. Jamie Markey is white as the driven snow. Oh wait, I don't like white people, I guess. So maybe that's it. There's the racism. Oh, thank God we found it. Thank God. The director's office has determined that no investigation will be conducted because the alleged conduct does not appear to violate the rules of professional conduct. There you go, guys. Minnesota attorneys, racism, greenlit, go. Go be racist. Go have racist sentiments or whatever. You're fine now. And you're welcome that all it took was someone lying about me to fall on that sword. There you go. So now you have permission. And I met quite a few racist Minnesota attorneys. Don't think that they don't exist. Minnesota. Oh, the land of we don't know what black people are. You may pursue whatever civil or other remedies against Mr. Rekieta that may be available to you. The Director's Office is limited to investigating complaints of unprofessional conduct and prosecuting disciplinary actions against attorneys. It cannot represent you in any legal matter or give you legal advice. You must retain an attorney if either legal advice or representation is desired. You can appeal it, blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh. Mr. Rekieta is by way of a copy of this determination and your complaint, being notified of your complaint and our decision not to investigate. All right, here we go. So here is the actual complaint. The actual complaint. Oh, I gotta center that a little bit better. Okay, here we go. All right. Miss Cassandra Blair Lone. I redacted her home address, I redacted her email, and I redacted her phone number. Now, the respondent's name, address, and phone number is apparently Richard Rekieta. I don't know who that guy is, who Dick Rekieta is, but if that was a Cassandra, if that was an intentional joke, I take back every time I called you dummy. If you called me Richard to call me Dick Rekieta in an official legal form, that's good. That's good, and I'll take it. But if you just typoed or something, or you just got my name wrong, that's not funny, and you failed. But I redacted the phone number and the address of that guy because I don't know who that is. Relationship to lawyer, other. If you're someone other than the client, what is your connection to the lawyer? Why do they always leave this blank? They need to fill that out. They need to be like, I watch him nightly on YouTube. I'm one of the 26 people who click thumbs down. Complaint. Mr. Rekieta has been on the internet. I love how they're trying to figure out. No, this isn't a criticism of Cassandra. This is a criticism of these forms. Like, how do you get into this? Like, you need pages of backstory. Mr. Rekieta has been on the internet, comma, making threats, spouting slurs. You should have been like tossing threats. You should have gone with like the alliterative doubles. That would have been good. Spouting slurs, bearing blackface instead of wearing. Come on, you had all of the chances. And other non-ethical actions. Well, that's conclusory. He's been threatening women who came forward to share stories of being sexually harassed or assaulted by Vic Mignogna. Never. Who? As well as using unusual and potentially non-ethical means to raise funds for a client himself, though he did not retain. Whew. The following links include his YouTube channel. Hey, thanks for the plug. By the way, LPRB, if you're watching, please like and subscribe. All sorts of fun stuff on this channel. Twitter account. Logs of statements in one where he makes threats against those who Vic Mignogna sued. This is not the first time he has harassed people. What? He is all... Tell me about the other times. He is also improperly serving subpoenas, lying about how it was done so. Ooh, I'm going to harass this chick's English pretty soon. Though I do not have strong proof of this, he is claimed to have served subpoenas to Jamie Markey, going to knock at unusual times of day. That was a process server, and they weren't unusual times of day. They were normal times. Despite her schedule on when she is home being public, her schedule does not say when she's home. Her schedule says when she's at a convention. Why would you tell people when you're home? Look, I'm home right now. Oh my gosh, my camera's bouncing all over the place. 1 second. Pause this backup here. Okay, anyway. Then harassing her by accusing her of ducking police, though she has been in public eye and has stated the time she would be at home. As a Minnesotan, oh, you doxed yourself. I frankly find this simply outrageous behavior in general. Yep, you know what, guys? It is outrageous. That is an outrage. I cannot condone the act of a Minnesota lawyer going down to like Richardson or Richmond or whatever R word she lives in Texas, waiting in the bushes for her to leave and then knocking and then getting the police to show up. What is this? His Twitter, where several instances of harassment exist. Yeah, against me. People harass me all day. His YouTube channel, where he has threatened people. Note the transcripts were made by a fan. By a fan. Oh, good. Oh, wait, no, these were. This is the Toye rant. Oh, God, that was a good rant. Made by a fan without link to the specific video, and is just one example of his virulent and obnoxious behavior. Notice the links here. Transcripts are on Pretty Ugly Little Liars. But I will say it was made by a fan, and Pretty Ugly Little Liars stole it. They stole it. Image of falsely accusing Janie Markey of pedophilia. I wish I remembered that. Oh, God. Oh, that's funny. Man, wouldn't it be a shame? Wouldn't it be a shame if they went after people who falsely accuse people of being pedophiles? That would be really unfortunate, wouldn't it? Careful what you wish for, Cassie. Can I call you Cassie? Can I call you Cassie? Raising funds for the cause. At least she acknowledges it is the cause right here. Or case. Dang it. I thought it said cause. Raising funds for the case, though he is not the lawyer. I don't think people's brains can figure out if I were the lawyer, would it be ethical to raise funds? Or if I'm not the lawyer, would it be unethical to raise funds? Like, which one is worse? Is it worse if I am the lawyer? Because they all thought I was the lawyer and it was bad then. And then they found out I wasn't the lawyer and it was like double plus ungood then. Which one? Which one is it? Is it worse to be the lawyer or not the lawyer? Rekieta leaking privileged information. Oh God, what is this? What is this? I have to see this. It's not text selectable. I didn't do that. Okay. I'm going to have to type this in manually. Hold on. Pretty ugly little liar.net /uploads /monthly _2019 _04 /Rekieta dot. No, wait, no, I'm reading the wrong one. Nick _admits _sources .thumb.png. Oh my God, 6DE 5D994A 492 DC2 BA506 E771. Oh my God, F 43 F 5B 52.png. Oh, here we go. Oh my God! All of that for this? This? I hope you guys can read this. I'll see if I can. Here you go. This is what that was. This is what that was. Do you see this? So Carter Fitzsimmons says, now I can say I ate Monica since the jelly bean had Monica on it. Honestly, they need more in the investigation. Otherwise, they're screwed. Monica Rial says, that was one of many examples of sexual harassment that was given to investigators. Many? Many? It was not why he was fired. How do you know? How do you know, Monica? How do you know why he was fired? However, now that the info has been leaked, I know exactly who is giving info to the YouTube lawyer. Charlie T says, did she just admit that the Jelly Bean story was an actual reason that was listed as sexual harassment? I thought that story last night was reaching, but now she gave confirmation. And then I said, I don't lie and I don't run on info unless I get multiple sources on it. This is it. I literally, yes, she's got me. I admit that I have sources. I didn't think that was bad. No, leaking privileged information. Why is that's not privileged? Oh, okay. The thumbnail title is correct. Her saying it's privileged is wrong. Absolutely wrong. Okay, so then we've got there's another one. I'm not going to type that in. More disgusting conduct. I kind of want to see all these, but I'm not going to type them in. That's horrid. And then Twitter status. Admitting to doxing. Oh, I know what this one's going to be. I've got to pull it up. This is great. Twitter.com/Nick Rekieta /status /113 2787142139236353. Here we go. The big doxing admission. Here it is. Sorry guys, I'm dying. I'm laughing so hard at this stuff. This makes me happy. Oh my God, I do remember it. The Facebook group it was in was deleted. I doxed him by posting that he was a professor overseas from his Facebook profile. Mind you, this discussion was on Facebook. He was mad that I made fun of Stephen Hawking. That's the doxing admission. That a guy on Facebook, I said he was a professor because his Facebook profile... Oh, are you submitting documents of this complaint? No. All right, so this is their initial, because see, these people send in incomplete stuff, and then they're like, okay, we need to clarify this, we need more information, then they don't follow up. So here we go. Ms. Cassandra Blair Lone. I think Miss is probably safe on this one. Dear Ms. Lone, we received your recent letter about the lawyer named above. We need more information to consider your complaint. Please provide in writing the answers to the following. That's a lot to ask. In writing? Do you know? Have you read the rest of the complaint? Do you know what you're asking? When and where has Mr. Rekieta discussed serving subpoenas on Jamie Markey or any other party? If this information is included in a YouTube video, please identify the video link and timestamp. If this information is included on Twitter, please identify the tweet or tweets. Couldn't find it, I guess. You mentioned that you believe Mr. Rekieta is improperly serving subpoenas and lying about how he has done so, but you do not have strong proof for that assertion. Do you have any other information or documentation regarding this issue? To your knowledge, does Mr. Rekieta represent any party relative to the Vic Mignogna case? No. 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 Oh my God. There you go. So there's that. Let's go back to the Hangouts thing. I'm going to get the next document pulled up. Let's see. Let's do this letter first. I got some super chats to catch up on. We're going to do the letter next. Oh, and we should check the GoFundMe too. See how that's doing. Here we go. Kairotan says, hey Nick, can you verify Markey's sworn declaration? Where was it filed before? Only saw it first from Funny Supplemental. Wasn't it filed in the Funimation or Jamie Markey's TCPA? Let's see. Marky's answer. Riel and Toye. I might not have it right here. Hold on. That was in Marky's TCPA. Hold on. Just a minute. Just a minute. Whew. It's hot in the vault. I'll find Marky's TCPA real quick. I don't know why I don't have it handy, but, you know, whatever. I know I've got this stupid thing somewhere. Maybe I can find it. 2019.07. Nope. Weird. Let me buy that guy too. Hold on, I'm gonna check. I'll check and see. I need this document anyway. I don't know. I've read it. I have it somewhere. Throwing away $6, I guess. Come on. There we go. See, I swear Marky had her sworn affidavit in there. What? I said, what is happening here? Oh. Declaration of Jamie Markey. 3 pages. Okay, now I gotta compare it to this other one. You got me curious. Almost there, 1 second. Oh no, this is a 2-page one. This is different. So this is new. Okay, perfect. Great job. Good job, Funimation. Forcing Jamie to sign that document. Sign it or you're fired. Can you imagine? All right, sorry. Where were we? Okay. All right. Okay, so this is a new declaration. I assumed it was the old one, but it's new, so we'll go through that too. Sean Young. Messed up my first super chat by not knowing where to add the message. Lemoine had the twins' names in his supplemental filing. Aren't the names of witnesses that aren't part of the suit supposed to be confidential? No, they filed affidavits. So, and it's up to them. I mean, they could keep them confidential if they want. It's up to them. You're supposed to keep the other people's stuff confidential. They asked for it. They being Lemoine. Or, well, Casey, I guess. Tank92 says, show some love to my friend Tim Pool. He's crowdfunding for a new titillating action game. He's trying to hit $1 million in 48 hours for some kind of record. It's on Kickstarter as Subverse. So guys, go check out Subverse on Kickstarter. Tim Pool's titillating action game. Morty J says, so wait, Rekieta harassing women. Soye actually a woman theory confirmed? Must be. Must be Cassandra. Cassandra came out with that one. Nova Zero says, but Nick serving sub penis? Come on. He regularly consults Drexel from Bulls LLC. Glad to see you back, Nikki. Hey, thanks, buddy. Intimidators0108 says, I know I already gave you a preview pic over the weekend, but I tagged you in a tweet with pictures of Lambo. Feel free to check it out at your leisure when you get a chance. I really think you and everyone will like it a lot. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. I know it's not Tim Pool, guys. I had him on the show to talk about the Subverse thing. That was good. All right, let's get to this. Let's get to this dumb document. I know the Subverse is a porn game. Oh my gosh. All right. So this is Jay Sean Lemoine. Okay, hold on. I gotta make sure there's nothing I need to redact from this real quick. No. No. So Law Twitter is also having a field day with Ty's emails, calling him a liar. We'll have to weigh that claim. And hopefully it comes up shy of a Monica. What are you doing? Yeah, go to bed, sweetie. Close the doors, please. Good night. Yeah. Oh my gosh. 8 heart attacks just then. Squeaking. Could you guys hear the door open? I was like, jeez. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Break all the spoons. Oh, the Robotech case. Yeah, I should open that. That's for whoever liked the Robotech case. You'll love the Valkyrie that's inside. All right. Okay, so this is Lemoine's letter to the Honorable Judge John P. Chupp. I'm not gonna read the whole thing as Lemoine because it'll kill all the mosquitoes. Dear Judge Chupp, I write on behalf of Monica Rial and Ron Toye to address plaintiff's motion to continue hearing on TCPA motion to dismiss the continuance, which the court has set for telephonic hearing on August 1st, 2019. Doesn't this belong in a response to the motion, not in a letter to the judge? Like, this belongs in a motion response, a motion of opposition or whatever. A brief timeline. There are 3 motions to dismiss pursuant to the Texas Citizens Participation Act currently before the court. Plaintiff, who filed this lawsuit on April 18th, has between 14 and 35 days to prepare a response before the currently set hearing on August 8th. Wait. Oh, I see what they're saying. That, okay, so 35 days from July 3rd to prepare a response. Okay, yeah, gotcha. So July 1st, Funimation. July 18th, Rial and Toye. July 18th, Jamie Markey. Plaintiff examines the Rial Toye motion exhibits and threatens sanctions. Yeah. That's because they're frivolous. On July 25th, 2019 at 9:08 a.m., plaintiff's counsel Ty Beard demanded withdrawal of almost all the exhibits attached to the Real Toye motion and attempted to identify specific legal objections to the various exhibits. Mr. Beard also threatened to seek sanctions. Yeah, like, okay. So, on July 30th, 2019, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is good. This is a good footnote. Filed a supplemental motion to dismiss attaching 2 affidavits confirming allegations against plaintiff that co-defendant Funimation investigated, and 2 affidavits confirmed that Ms. Rial and Mr. Toye had nothing to do with plaintiff's loss of convention invites. Well, sure. I mean, if it's in an affidavit, that must mean it's true. A true and correct copy of this email is included in the body of this letter. The highlights are my own. I have attached a clean version as Exhibit A. So he took out all the porn from the clean version. Plaintiff examines the threatened to seek sanctions. This email is included in its entirety so that the court can compare this email to plaintiff's assertion yesterday that he needs more time to respond to the TCPA motions. All right. Oh no. What? Hold on. I'll be right back. What? Try to? Well then, I guess I should have played the theme song, right? Anyway, we're back. Kids, man. Kids. So let's take a look at this email. It's a good chair. It's a good chair. The kid is fine. Her sister kicked her in the face. All right. So this is from Ty to the entire team over at Veronica's counsel. Counsel, we are planning to file a motion to strike most of the exhibits attached to your TCPA motion to dismiss. Specifically, we believe that these exhibits contain inadmissible evidence, hearsay, statements that cannot be readily controverted by opposing parties, improper statements of legal conclusions, incompetent because they state facts outside the affiant's personal knowledge, they fail to properly authenticate exhibits attached to the exhibits, and incompetent because they contain unsubstantiated opinions or unilateral subjective determinations of facts. This is also true of most of the exhibits attached to Mr. Mignana's deposition. In addition, I don't know why he thought to highlight this. So the interesting thing about highlights, right, is you get to go into the mind of the highlighter. What? Why that? Okay. In addition, we will very likely file a motion to have your clients sanctioned and to strike your pleadings under TCPRC Rule 9, TCPRC Rule 10, and TRCP Rule 13. As you are fully aware, your client's original answer and your motion to dismiss contain numerous factual allegations made in bad faith that are unrelated to any issue in this case and were made solely to harass the plaintiffs. I'm not seeing any lies yet. To avoid our motion to strike, you will need to agree to the withdrawal of the following withdraw the following exhibits from your motion to dismiss. Like all of them. Hearsay. Here's all the stuff. Here's their so this is on July 25th. So this is 6 days ago. To avoid our motion for sanctions, you'll need to agree to withdraw your motion to dismiss and agree to amend your original answer and delete the numerous irrelevant and harassing statements. By the way, that's the remedy for the sanctions motion. If you guys remember, we went through those rules 9, 10, and 13. And the remedy is that they either have to remove the parts of the pleading that are harassing, or they get sanctioned. That's the remedy. Anyway, please advise whether A, you will agree to withdraw listed exhibits from your motion, B, whether you agree to amend your original answer and delete the numerous irrelevant and harassing statements, and C, whether you will oppose our motions. Ty. A little over an hour later, plaintiff's counsel asserted he would file a motion to strike on July 27th or 28th. Why did he do that? See email from Ty Beard to Sean Lemoine dated July 26, 2019. Assuming Rial Toye's counsel opposes, we will file a similar motion to strike Rial Toye's evidence today or tomorrow. We haven't evaluated filing a motion to strike Markey's evidence, but if we do, they will likely be filed by Monday. See Exhibit B attached here too. The highlights are mine. It's weird that Ty just randomly, after an hour, said, well, they had an hour and did it. I bet Lemoine responded to him. Why didn't Lemoine include his response? Why is he only showing one side of this conversation? What are you hiding, Jay Sean? What are you hiding, you stupid cuck? What are you hiding? Besides a bunch of oxygen, what are you hiding? Why don't you put your email in there? I want to read it. Don't you guys want to see what Jay Sean wrote back? I mean, are we... Maybe Ty... We saw the email chain between Ty and Casey, where Ty bent over backwards. Email after email after email after email, chance after chance after chance after chance, trying to negotiate some deal to Casey's satisfaction. We saw that chain. Are we supposed to believe that Ty wrote an email and then an hour later unilaterally decided to follow it up and just dump everything? Maybe he did. I don't know. But I bet there's an email from Jay Sean in there. God, I would wager there is. I really want to know what it says. I bet it's brilliant. I bet it's so brilliant that he decided not to include it, because if he included it, the judge would be humbled and awed by the brilliance of that email. I can't show you. I don't have it. How would I have an email that's between Ty and Jay Sean? No, God, I wish. Like, seriously, I really want to read the email that I figure it has to be in there. God, I'm just inferring based on what I know about Ty, what we've seen so far in this case, there's got to be a reply from Jay Sean in there that says, at bare minimum, no, we won't do what you asked, and of course we're opposed. Because that's what anyone should say. The question is not whether or not Jay Sean responded. Of course Jay Sean responded. The question is, why didn't he include that email? Because it should show him, like, if Ty is being horrible, shouldn't that show Jay Sean being great? Wouldn't you take every opportunity to, like, look, Judge, look how good I was. Why wouldn't he put it in there? The psychology of that is, ooh, it makes me want to know. I want to know. I want to know the details. Check Exhibit A. I don't think it's in Exhibit A, is it? No, it's just Ty's. Just Ty's, and Exhibit B is just Ty's. And then Jeff Fisher, who's got to be, he's the Tarrant County clerk, I'm guessing. I'm setting for the same time as others, August 8th. That's the first date I have available. Yeah, okay. That's it. God, there's got to be something there, and you know it's smart. If a lawyer doesn't take the opportunity to put his own words in front of the judge, you have to wonder how brilliant it was. God, I bet it's good. Oh, dang it. Curse you, Lemoine! All right, the basis for a continuance. I ask that the court compare the specificity of the foregoing email with the conclusory assertion in the continuance that plaintiff needs additional time to review nearly 750 pages of material attached to defendant's motions, over 600 pages of which were filed within the past 6 business days, and prepare a response to defendant's motions. What about that is untrue, by the way? That there's nothing untrue there. Okay, so here we go. Continuance at page 2. As shown by the detail above, not only has plaintiff's counsel comprehensively reviewed the Real Toye motion, plaintiff was prepared last week to file a motion to strike the exhibits. That's not what it said, actually, at all. It says, let's see, planning to file a motion to strike most of the exhibits. And then, here's the thing. Attempting to strike these exhibits, it's really easy to write an email summarizing all of this stuff. But you saw the motion to strike the 3 affidavits from, from Funimation's. Motion's like, what, 10 pages or something? Something like that. It takes a lot more to write that out in motion. Anyway, let's move on here. So Jay Sean is talking about, he's talking about what the plaintiff is prepared to do. He's lying to the judge right now. He's asserting facts that he doesn't have. Now, had Ty sent over a copy of the motion that said, here's our motion to strike, our proposed motion to strike. How do you feel about this? Or here's the first draft of our proposed motion to strike. Nope, not at all. Why is he doing this in a letter? Why are they so scared of this? Why are they so scared of this? Okay. Plaintiff was prepared last week to file a motion to strike the exhibits. Again, his email doesn't say that. It's Thursday, July 25th. Oh, here's where he said, okay, so it says today or tomorrow. Okay, so they didn't get it done. So there we go. We haven't evaluated filing motion to strike. So they said today or tomorrow, and then they didn't file it yet. All right. Again, that's a lawyer not getting done with the job that they had. Okay, so anyway. So it cites their continuance at page 2. So that's the okay, so that clarifies that at least. But it doesn't actually say they were prepared last week. It says we will probably file today or tomorrow. Moreover, almost all of the, quote, 750 pages of material attached to defendant's motions were exhibits to depositions that occurred in June or have been in the public domain for months and admittedly reviewed by plaintiff and his counsel. Why has the plaintiff not filed his planned motion to strike for sanctions? Who cares why he hasn't filed it yet? Because filing these motions would undermine his continuance. Would it? Why would it? Plaintiff and his counsel have had ample time to review the motion to dismiss. In fact, Mr. Beard has even taken time to appear on YouTube to discuss the motions and the depositions in this case. Oh, there you go. That's it. That's it. He showed up on YouTube, so he had all the time in the world to draft multi-page documents. That's how this works. Notice what he's doing. You notice what Lemoine's actually doing here, right? What does it always come back to? Not to claim some special place in Lemoine's pants. But good God, man. Just go rub it out and get done with it with your good arm or whatever. He can't. I feel like Taylor Swift right now, and Lemoine is my own Russell Greer. He can't not talk about it. He can't do it. God, I wonder what's in that email. Think the email is just Lemoine talking about how much he watches my show? You think that's what it is? I can't. Ty, I was watching the show. That Nick guy's a dick. Kind of like him. I like Dick. Like, I'm embarrassed. I'm blushing. I can't blush on camera. I'll be accused of red face or whatever. I'm blushing though, because girl got a hard on. That's all I'm saying. Plaintiff will suffer no prejudice from this court's denial of the continuances. This looks like a motion in opposition. Why didn't you just file a motion or a response in opposition to the motion? Why are you writing a letter to the judge? Very weird. As plaintiff and his counsel have shown that they have reviewed all the exhibits in the motions to dismiss and have admitted that they would be ready for a hearing on a week's notice. Let's see. Mr. Beard's latest appearance on Nick Rekieta's YouTube channel on July 18th, 2019, at the 1 hour, 12 minute, 14 second mark, Mr. Beard even states that Ms. Rial and Mr. Toye could try to set a hearing as early as the very next week, and we'll be ready to go if they do that. We haven't just been kind of sitting around just going, oh my gosh, what are they going to do? We've been doing our work too. Of course they have. But if they do that, he puts the condition precedent in the flipping quote. You didn't do that, Lemoine. And of course, if you said it and it was within the rules, they would have to abide by the rules or ask for a continuance. That's what they had to do. I don't know if I can ask Ty for that missing email response from Lemoine. Maybe he'll just file it with whatever response to this letter he files. He's going to have to respond to the letter, right? Like, that's going to have to happen. You can't leave something like this unanswered. Hopefully he'll do it in his motion for sanctions. Okay. The procedure going forward. Ms. Rial and Mr. Toye agree with Funimation that evidentiary objections, subject to the court's preference, obviously, may be decided via submission. The benefit to having all three TCPA motions decided at the same time is that several issues before the court do not need multiple movements rehashing the same legal or factual arguments, as the court's determination will be the same for all defendants. For example, this argument isn't going to help you, Lemoine. Chup is more likely... Okay, what date? Here's the thing. July 3rd. "60 days from July 3rd is... Oh no. September 1st. Okay? So, here's the problem. All right? I didn't want to count, so I typed in what is 60 days from July 3rd. The internet is smart. Here's the problem. Jay Sean. The judge has 60 days to set a hearing from the date of, well, I guess, hearing is noted. We got to do 60 days from July 1st. Where did that go? "60 days from July 1st. Friday, August 30th. Okay. So they filed on July 1st. The law, the TCPA says that a hearing must be had within 60 days or in 60 days from the date of filing. So Chup, they set the hearing for August 8th because that's what Funimation did. But Chup can wait until August 30th to have the hearing and still be within the statute. Why on earth would he not grant a continuance when there's at least one, potentially three motions to strike, and those motions to strike, the outcome of those motions to strike, will determine what goes in some of the responses? Like, what? Why wouldn't he do that? This is a failing argument. It's a fine argument here that he's making. Look, the court's determination could be the same for all the defendants. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. We'll hear it all at the same time. And the latest possible day for Funimation's hearing is August 30th. So I'm guessing the judge is going to grant at least a 2-week continuance. How much did Ty even ask for? I don't even know. Whether discussion about plaintiff's alleged inappropriate actions, both sexual and non-sexual, are a matter of public concern. Whether plaintiff is a public figure, limited public figure, or private citizen. And whether plaintiff is libel proof. No, he's not. He's still getting booked at shows. He still has fans lining up to see him. He's still working in LA. Apparently, right? He's still employed by the LA studios. He's not libel proof. You could still damage Vic's reputation. All right. Prejudice to Ms. Rial and Toye. This is cute. Prejudice. Let's see what this section says. The TCPA exists to expedite. They waited. They got an extension of time and waited to do unnecessary depositions. And now they're going to claim. Think about this. They demanded the depositions. They are in control of filing the TCPA. They got an extension because Ty agreed to it. And now they're going to say they'll be prejudiced. They'll be prejudiced by an extension within the statutory limit. Mind you, their extension went beyond the statutory limit of 60 days to file. This is a dumb move, in my humble opinion. This is a dumb move. Chuck, look, I know that when we asked for extra time to do the discovery that we wanted, that was unnecessary to filing a TCPA. Jay Sean, what's in that email? What is in that email? What is in that email? God, I gotta know. Judge, look, I know we asked them for an extension of time to file our TCPA to do these depositions. We wanted to do the deposition of Vic. That's what sparked all this. We wanted to do the deposition, and we asked for an extension of time, and they granted it. And so that pushed us beyond the 60-day filing window. But we don't want an extension that would end up within the subsequent 60-day filing window, because that would prejudice us. This is a bad play. Because the judge is going to go, wait, why don't they get an extension? They gave you one. They didn't have to. And this one is within the 60 days. Why in the hell wouldn't I? What? How is this prejudice your client? Expedite frivolous bullying litigation intended to chill citizen speech. Plaintiff filed this lawsuit over 4 months ago. It's your fault for not filing the TCPA, though. If plaintiff cannot establish a prima facie case for each element of his claims by now, it is unlikely that 3 weeks would change that. It's not the issue here, is it? But there is significant prejudice to the defendant should the court grant this continuance. Plaintiff's counsel regularly appears on YouTube to discuss the case and raise money for the GoFundMe campaign that continues to insulate plaintiff from paying legal fees. It is in his interest to further delay this case and force defendants to expend fees, combating unnecessary evidentiary motions, threatened motions for sanctions, or strategic motions for continuance. This is a bad play. If they haven't read this judge yet, he is going to hate every single bit, every word of these two paragraphs. Every word of these two paragraphs come off as utter BS. Finally, Ms. Rial and Ms. Toye request that the court hear the Rial-Toye motion as expeditiously as possible. On the scheduled motion hearing date. On the scheduled motion hearing date. Sounds way better than as expeditiously as possible. They're not expediting it. They're hearing it on the scheduled motion date. That you set. You chose that date. You picked it. You said, that date is the one I want. Expeditiously would be faster. What is... With speed and efficiency. Expedite. Expedite. Make an action or process happen sooner or be accomplished more quickly. I know his brain has been ravaged. They mentioned the GoFundMe. They did. You're right. Thank you. GoFundMe. Oh my God. I need a... They're going to break my brain, guys. I'm going to have brain damage. All right, the GoFundMe is trickling up there. $235,265 in the GoFundMe right now. Latest donations are from Kevin Cerrone, Ted Brown, Andrew Pond, Cy Talk, Anonymous, Jacob Maurer, Brad Davis, Anonymous, Michael Ziada, and Fabian Alvarez. Thank you all for donating. Very awesome. we're trucking towards that $250,000 midway point of the third goal. Midway point of the third goal. Thank you, Aaron Kleckner. I see you. I see you, buddy. Too much weed. I don't smoke weed. I'm gonna need it soon. I'm gonna have to go lobby for Minnesota to have legal recreational weed just because of Lemoine. Dear Lord. Okay. You know what's interesting? A lawyer cannot recommend to anybody that they smoke marijuana because it's still a federal crime. Sorry. The court may not be aware of it yet, but there is a disgusting level of online vitriol directed at Miss Rial, Miss Toye, Miss Markey, and other witnesses who have provided testimony against plaintiff 6. See Declaration of Monica Rial, paragraph 3. Since plaintiff filed this lawsuit, Ron Toye and I have been harassed by plaintiff's supporters. I have been a victim of doxing by his fans online on a website called Kiwi Farms. Kiwi Farms is a website that is known for encouraging the harassment, bullying, and stalking of individuals. Notice she couldn't cry during this either. Information about where I live was in the lawsuit. My date of birth. No one cares. It was so long ago. And other information about me. We haven't gotten that scale picture yet. Has been posted on Kiwi Farms in an attempt to incite others to stalk, bully, harass, and intimidate me. Those are legal conclusions. You dumb whale. Plaintiff's fans have contacted us directly, sending us emails and calling our places of employment. Attached as Exhibit R to Rial Toye motion. No. Oh. Man, it'd be a real shame if people contacted you directly, sent you emails, and called your place of employment, or maybe like a disciplinary board. That would suck, wouldn't it? Fat lying cow. Ryan Smith. Oh, wait. Never mind. Kilo Bravo. I'll get to you, Ryan Smith. Kilo Bravo 777 says, I know the twins are the same, but I didn't know they could write an affidavit in different states that match almost line for line. Seems like someone sent them a story to keep their story straight. Lemoine probably drafted them. Intimidator 0108 says, pointless update, but the Lamborghini Law Explainer Rekieta edition just got its first win on Forza Horizon 4 on Twitch. Hey, awesome. Thank you. Great. I'm glad it's winning. Ryan Smith says, all right, guys, it's Nikki's bedtime. Not quite. The little ones are telling him his time is up. Good night, stream. Wah. Insert clever name here. I can't get the image of Lemoine crying like a 2-year-old having a tantrum while you're reading this letter. Schwanz Gruberman says, Nick, so about that thing you said you can't tell us about, how good is it? Like out of 10, how interesting is it? It's very interesting. I hope to be able to tell you as soon as possible. Matthew Farley says, great. Now Lemoine trying to set Ty up as a public figure, lol. All right. So attachments, here's the exhibits. The first one, we read through that. Let's read the second one real quick. The highlights are Lemoine's. Highlights are mine. Counsel, as you may know, we filed a motion to strike evidence offered in support of defendant Funimation's motion to dismiss. Oh, wait, so this is to them as well. Assuming Rial/Toye's counsel opposes. Oh, this is to them. It's also including John Volney and Sam Johnson. Assuming Rial Toye's counsel opposes, we will file a similar motion to strike Rial Toye's evidence today or tomorrow. We haven't evaluated filing a motion to strike Markey's evidence, but if we do, they will likely be filed by Monday. Assuming Rial Toye opposes, we also intend to file a motion for sanctions and to strike pleadings under TCP 13, TCPRC 9 and 10. We haven't evaluated whether we will do the same regarding Jamie Markey, but if we do, these motions will likely be filed by Monday. The earliest date Jeff has is August 8th, so we've set our motion to strike evidence offered in support of defendant Funimation's motion to dismiss We will set our other motions for the same time and date once they're filed. Since the court's ruling on these motions will obviously affect our response to the motions to dismiss, will you agree to reschedule the August 8 hearings on the motion to dismiss? I think a 3-week extension is all that would be required. If you aren't willing to agree to an extension of time, please let me know and I'll file a motion with the court and set a hearing. Again, what's the problem with any of this? I know Mike Dunford has accused Ty of lying. Mike Dunford is lying about having testicles, I think. So that doesn't really matter. But there aren't lies in these documents. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Whatever. I should know by now that they're going to default to whatever Lemoine says is correct. I can't. Oh my God. All right. Let's do this one. So we're going to probably do this this thing here. And then we'll might have to end it for the night. The fact that I just drove like 20 hours is catching up to me. Jennifer Douglas says, "Hi, Nick. It'd be funny if the judge is the kind of person who listens to people trying to boss him around and does the opposite of what they want instead." Yeah, it would. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to eat these cookies. I don't know what's in the email. I want to know just like you. I mean, I could ask Ty for Lemoine's response, but I don't know why he would give me an email between counsel. Why is Ty giving them the courtesy of being friendly if they aren't to Ty and they're being complete a-holes? Why do you think? So when they write a stupid letter to Judge Jupp, Ty goes, wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right. Oh, I should say, if you're not subscribing, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. I hate doing this, asking for that, but we're getting close to 75,000 subscribers, and I haven't decided what dumb thing I'm going to regret saying to do for a 75,000 subscriber sort of bonus, but it'll be stupid, and I'll do it. So just so you know. We're like 72.6 something. Last I checked. Let's go ahead and get that up to 75. Should be fun. Okay, defendant Funimation Productions LLC supplements its motion to dismiss under the TCPA filed on July 1st, 2019 as follows. Supplemental argument and evidence. This doesn't look like a brief. Why is it a supplemental? Funimation adopts by reference the arguments made and evidence submitted in support of the TCPA motions filed by defendants Monica Rial, Ron Toye, and by defendant Jamie Markey on July 19th. Specifically, the evidence submitted by Rial, Toye, and Markey further establishes that Vic Mignogna is a public figure and that Funimation's February 11th tweets concerning the Mignogna situations were about a matter of public concern and were a clear exercise of Funimation's freedom of speech and freedom of association, thus further showing that the TCPA requires dismissal of plaintiffs' claims against Funimation. The evidence submitted by Rial, Toye, and Markey also shows that Vic Mignogna is libel-proof. Under Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code, the court should dismiss a lawsuit if the moving party establishes by a preponderance of the evidence each essential element of a valid defense to the non-movement's claim. Here, Funimation pleaded the affirmative defense that Mignogna is libel-proof. See Bui-Fushan versus Fort Worth Star Telegram and Swate versus Schiffers. Because the evidence submitted by Rial, Toye, and Markey proves that Mr. Mignogna is libel-proof, Funimation is entitled to dismissal of Mignogna's claims pursuant to Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code. Funimation also supplements the record with excerpts from the deposition of Vic Mignogna that show that Mignogna was investigated before he was terminated by Funimation and that Mignogna is a public figure. Yeah, we know. No one doubts. I mean, they doubt the veracity of the investigation, but no one doubts that you say that he was investigated. In his deposition, Mignogna testified at length about his interaction with Sony Pictures Entertainment employee Tammy Denbo in her investigation of allegations of misconduct against him. Mignogna also testified about his termination by Funimation. He also admitted in his deposition that there have long been public allegations against him of inappropriate conduct at anime conventions and that there was an ongoing public uproar regarding his alleged inappropriate behavior when Funimation published its February 11th tweets about its decision to terminate its business relationship with Mignogna. This evidence is further proof that Mignogna is a public figure and that Funimation's tweets were about a matter of public concern for the purpose of the court's analysis of Funimation's TCPA motion. See Funimation's TCPA motion at paragraphs 9 to 15. Discussing TCPA's application to statements about public figures and the actual malice requirements of defamation claims involving public figures. Here's a footnote. Mignogna has asked the court to strike certain statements made in the affidavit submitted by Funimation about Tammy Denbo's investigation of him, about his termination by Funimation, about his own notoriety and fame, even though these matters are admitted in his amended petition. Mignogna's testimony is offered here to show that there's no legitimate reason for Mignogna to quibble over these undisputed facts. Last, Funimation supplements the record with excerpts from the deposition of Moronica, with a declaration from Jamie Markey. This evidence further proves Rial Toye and Rial are not agents of Funimation or employees of Funimation, such that Funimation could be held vicariously liable for any of their public statements related to Mignogna. Ms. Rial testified at her deposition that she works for Funimation on a contract basis and does not represent Funimation. That's not how you determine. That's... Are we now? We're relying on the legal conclusion of who is a contractor versus an employee on someone who said that Vic was the definition of harassment. I'm just saying, her legal analysis ain't strong. Toye testified that he is a loan officer, a snack tray mule, at a mortgage company, is not an employee of Funimation. That does not disclose an agency relationship, and you know it. You had an opportunity to correct their statements, and you didn't. You didn't do it. Ms. Markey declares that she is not an employee or agent of Funimation and that Funimation has no access to, control of, or the right to access or control any of her social media accounts. Oh, she can just post whatever she wants then. What's that whole thing about not condoning harassment? What is it about? I wonder if Ms. Markey would be allowed to release. Man, I wonder if there's an email out there that says that Funimation employees are not allowed to announce via social media or other means a show that they start recording but don't have a license for yet. I wonder if Miss Markey just lied under oath to suggest that Funimation has no control over any of her social media accounts. Because I wonder if there's some direction out there from Funimation that would say that you're not allowed to talk about certain things on social media until Funimation corporate has talked about it first. God, I wonder if that email exists. Man, that would be weird, wouldn't it? Like Let me see. Let me see if that thing exists. Hold on. No, not that one. Not what I'm looking for here. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Wouldn't it be weird if this stuff existed? Hold on, let me just remove email addresses here. Wouldn't want to be accused of doxing anyone. Oh, come on. Let's see. The redactions, they are wonderful. Sorry, guys. I know this is fun. I didn't expect to show you this. Oh man, I made it. It's too wide. Let's all right. Well, we'll scroll over. Don't worry. It'd just be so weird if there was something that says Funimation starts production on new titles 48 weeks, sometimes more, prior to their DVD/Blu-ray release. This is from Tara Williams. This is June 4th, 2012. So this is a while back. Oftentimes, the license agreement for us to purchase the title is still under negotiations or not finalized. This puts Funimation at risk if any information of such titles is released publicly. To state it clearly, employees and voice actors must not leak any information of new titles on any public forum, such as the internet, or speak about it publicly, such as at a convention. Funimation reserves the right to make the initial announcement of any new titles. Funimation also reserves the right to make official announcements of the cast of any title. Talent is prohibited of leaking information about auditioning for a specific title. Furthermore, talent also must not use any confidential information for their own purpose, such as listing your character on a resume until Funimation has made its official announcement. I've attached a copy of our actor contract with each actor who has worked for us, has signed, and we have on file. You can reference a section on confidential information on pages 2 to 3, section 9. Please use these websites to see if a title and or cast has been announced. Once cast announcements are posted on our official channels, and you are free to talk about your characters. Funimation's social sites, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Tumblr. Cast announcements are made on our blog. For VA guests attending anime conventions, you may use Sarah Sullivan as your resource on what is/is not allowed to be discussed and promoted. And when in doubt, please contact Scott Lonsky in our marketing department. Tara A. Williams. Well, God, wouldn't that be... That's a shame, right? Funimation has no control. None. Absolute nonsense that they would lie. Funimation, in that Funimation has no access to, control of, or the right to access or control any of her social media accounts. Now, can Funimation log into Jamie Marchi's social media? No. But do they exert control over it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course they do. Accordingly, there is no legal or factual basis for Mignana's effort to hold Funimation vicariously liable for the conduct of Rial, Toei, or Marchi. That is not for you to determine. All right, so respectfully submitted, John Volney. I'm not going to go through the deposition of Vic. Highlighted this stuff. It's him talking to Tammy Denbo. Oh, God. Oh, I just want to get to the stupid affidavit of Jamie Markey. Sworn declaration of Jamie Markey. My name is Jamie Markey. I am over 18 years of age. Oh, we can tell. Am of sound mind and am fully competent to make this declaration. And the facts stated here are within my personal knowledge and are true and correct. I am a named defendant in the above caption case. I have worked as a voice actor for Defendant Funimation Productions, LLC, Funimation. I am an independent contractor for Funimation. That's a legal conclusion that Jamie Markey is not actually able to make. I'm neither an employee nor agent of Funimation. These are legal conclusions that Jamie Markey is not qualified to make. Actually, only the court really is. I have various personal social media accounts, including Twitter with the handle @MarkeyMark. Any communication or usage from my social media accounts reflect my own personal views and do not reflect the views of anyone else. Funimation does not have access to or control of or the right to access or control any of my social media accounts. My name is Jamie Markey. My date of birth is October 8th, 1977. And my address is... God damn it, Jamie. Keep putting your address in these things. But it's been said 100 times. 9411 Timberleaf Drive, Dallas, Texas, USA. I declare under penalty of perjury. Foregoing is true and correct. Well, oh, you can't see the document. Oh, dang it. That's all it said. I just read it to you. There it is. I forgot I had switched off to make sure I didn't have to redact anything from that other email. Here's this. And then here's this one. I mean, I read every word except for this top part. I didn't read the top part, but who cares? There you go. So there's that. If they aren't employees, why did Tammy investigate? This is a good question, Krista Joe. Thank you for asking it. Joseph TX. Oh, wait. Sure. Joseph TX says, on the way home, did you take a quick detour to pay actually miraculous, no actual malice, a visit in Omaha like you did Führer? Or was the Honorable Lord Saito Takauchi too busy overdosing on corn and runzas to take a visit? No, I didn't go visit that guy. I'd still be orbiting. DPKGR says, talk about the Section 230C Lemoine added our Morana platform now. I do have a little preview pane on Streamlabs. I wasn't even looking at it. Viraday says, thanks for the countless hours of highly educational entertainment rackets. Have my justice chat cherry. Ooh, thank you. Also, how likely is it that Casey asked to be low-key removed from the case because he's sick of Moronica's stuff? I think he's backing out slowly and quietly. So is probably Andrea Perez, because they're not getting paid. They're not getting paid. Do as little work as possible. And how dare you guys? Don't make fun of the Lord Saito Takauchi. Saito Takauchi, very respected Japanese nobleman. So there you go. Whew. All right, let's take a... I guess I could take a look at that thing real quick. Where is it? Oh, come on. Have it. We'll do that document real quick. Oh my gosh. And then we'll have to get the rest of it in just a minute. Defendant's supplemental affirmative defense. God, this thing pisses me off because this is so stupid. And if this isn't an abuse of the law, I don't know what is. Here we go. All right, you guys wanted to see this. This is your fault. This is your fault. Oh, don't worry, Woodman Gaming. The beard will come back. I just every so often I trim it down pretty heavily. There's a post on Twitter claiming that Funimation has reconsidered their firing of Vic Mignogna floating around on Twitter. I don't buy that for a second. Okay. So, pursuant to Rule 94 of the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure, defendants Monica Rial, Ronald Toye filed a supplemental affirmative defense. Rial and Toye are entitled to immunity under Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. The CDA bars some or all of the claims asserted against Rial and Toye as a matter of law based on plaintiff's admission that neither Rial nor Toye created the content at issue. I mean, what? I don't know. They don't cite where he admitted that. They don't talk about what statements that might be limited to. Casey Eric authenticated the tweets from Toye himself. Rial's story is firsthand. It's a first-hand encounter that Rial talks about. Like what? What pretend world are we living in? Can we see the email? It shows Tammy saying that Funimation can control what they talk about. I showed it to you. Oh, wait. I didn't have it pulled up, did I? You're right. Okay, just a second. I see. I couldn't, hold on. Hold on. I don't know if this would be super helpful to show on Twitter, but if you guys want to, I don't care. Hold on, whoops. I just read that to you, didn't I? Oh my gosh. How embarrassing for me. All right, let's get rid of that. I'm getting rid of the email addresses. Again, I redacted the other one for no reason because I didn't even show it to you. There you go. There you go. There you go. I hope you can see this. It's going to be small. That's what Toye said. Whew, okay. All right. Come on. That was rude. So there it is. Hopefully that's clear. I think on your side that'll be clear. So there you go. I mean, saying that Funimation has no control is a little bit of a stretch. I can't magnify it It's high res. This is the highest of resolutions. Zoom and enhance. I can't zoom and enhance in snipping, can I? No. I'd have to bring it somewhere. It's too small to see. Oh my. In 1080, it's not too small. In 1080, it's not too small. I know. You guys can't lie to me. I mean, it's pretty small, though. It's pretty small. Hold on, let me get it. Hold on, I'll get it pulled up in something I can zoom in. Just a second. Give me a minute. We're gonna pull up. No, get it. Oh my gosh, what a mess! What a mess this is. Here we go. Just a second. Here, look at that. MS Paint 3D. That's got it. Is that better? That's got to be better, right? Oh, you guys are about to get there. Control and wheel does not work in Microsoft Snip. It doesn't do that. The snipping tool does not have a zoom feature. There you go. All right, so here you go. You can see it all. All right, I'm going to pull it off now. You've got enough of that. You've got enough of that. Oh my God, what a disaster. So anyway, here's the 230 of the Communications Decency Act. We've talked about it quite a bit on this stream. This provides liability immunity for, you know, like Twitter or Facebook for stuff that they post to their site. Let's... (47 USC 230). All right, here we go. Woodman Gaming says, you ever going to take me up on getting you set up with some better software and maybe stream keys? Do you really want to risk me having to learn a different set of software? Oh, God. That sounds like a disaster. So here's section 230 of the CDA. Here's section 230. Gotta get the chat pulled back up. Congress finds the following, all this stuff. Policy of the United States. Protection for Good Samaritan blocking and screening of offensive material. Treatment of publisher or speaker. No provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as the publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider. No provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be held liable on account of any action voluntarily taken in good faith to restrict access to or availability of material that the provider or user considers to be obscene, lewd, lascivious, filthy, excessively violent, harassing, or otherwise objectionable, whether or not such material is constitutionally protected, or any action taken to enable or make available to information content providers or others the technical means to restrict access to the material in paragraph 1. So that's the Good Samaritan blocking and screening of offensive material. That wouldn't apply. Do they say what section? They just say just all of it, just all of 230. Okay. No effect on criminal law. No effect on intellectual property law. State law. Communication, no effect, no effect. Here's the main thing, right? definitions as used in this section. Internet means the international computer network of both federal and non-federal interoperable packet switch data networks. Interactive computer service. The term interactive computer service means any information service, system, or access software provider that provides or enables computer access by multiple users to a computer server, including specifically a service or system that provides access to the internet and such systems operated by services offered by libraries or educational institutions. Information content provider. The term information content provider means any person or entity that is responsible in whole or in part for the creation or development of information provided through the internet or any other interactive computer service. Excuse me. And then the access software provider means a provider of software, including client or server software, or enabling tools that do any more of the following: filter, screen, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's that. It's 230. 231 is restriction of access by minors to materials commercially distributed by means of the World Wide Web that are harmful to minors. Okay. Keep minors away from porn. There you go. That's it. I mean, that's the whole thing. They're saying that because in 230 there's no provider of or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as a publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider. But this does not prevent you from being liable for your own words that you put on the internet. I don't think 230 applies here. Now, you guys can go read a very astute observation by Mike Dunford on Twitter, where he talks about how 230 has applied in a different jurisdiction in a case that isn't like this one, I guess. And you can determine if he's right or not. But this is a ridiculous defense. And it's frivolous. Again, did they illustrate anywhere that Ron and Monica aren't responsible, like they're not part of the creation or development of the the creation or the development of the of information provided through the internet? Oh, excuse me. Are they not responsible for it? I mean, they're the ones who wrote it and typed it up and put it on there. It's their story. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's a weird, I mean, they've been throwing the kitchen sink argument out there the whole time, so who knows? I don't think this will get very far. Might be completely frivolous, and might, be treated as such. They're not, I don't know if they're claiming that Moron acted as a distribution platform. They don't actually lay out their argument for the affirmative defense. They didn't in their motion either. And this may be untimely. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Whoops. Not what I wanted. All right, let me probably gonna move to super chats and wrap up. I've had a long drive. Tomorrow there will be another show. Of course, we will continue to trudge through these ridiculous documents. We will continue to trudge through. Apparently, Jeremy Hambley wants to do a drunk stream with me. I was not prepared to do that tonight. Mainly because I was driving all day and that I did not feel like getting absolutely hammered. But I will reach out to him. We will maybe do a drunk stream and we can laugh at all these weird people together. And I think that would be fun. So, I am going to do super chats basically now. So if you are someone who leaves for the super chats, thank you for hanging out tonight. And tomorrow we will we will continue. We will continue. There's several more documents to go through. So that would be great. That would be great. But yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. If you are leaving, peace. If not, hang out and let's do these chats. All right, we've got short round. It says only 6 black and white patches left. Then I'm closing that chapter. Short round's bad police advice 13. If you ship your drugs using UPS and FedEx, since they aren't owned by the government, you can't be prosecuted for moving drugs across state lines. Heard Ty liked his shirt. Yep, Ty did like his shirt. Very much. So that was nice. Hated 7 Days to Die says, hey, Nick. Again, it's almost like I had a reason to drop by Beard Harris, Bullock, and Hughes that was completely innocuous. Like giving Ty a shirt from someone else who mailed it to me. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That Martin Beddick guy or whatever is thoroughly convinced that I'm Vic's lawyer. Still convinced. When am I going to do a Weeb stream? I feel like all these are Weeb streams. I know they're specific to Vic's case. Soon. I am tired. I just drove all day. Okay, anyway. Let's just say Hated 7 Days to Die says, hey, Nick, longtime donor and first-time viewer, stop using your wicked, oh, hi, Mark. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot says, nice Broly figure. Hey, thanks. It is, its breast was signed by Vic Mignogna. Snack Sheet says, what do you miss more, your internet connection or your liquor? The internet connection. A lot of people think I'm an alcoholic. You guys see exactly how much I drink. It's all off the show. I really don't very often drink. I don't know what makes an alcoholic. What is a liquor? Oh my gosh, how have I not remembered to... Well, how have I not remembered to announce this? Live show, Minneapolis, Varsity Club, August 17th. August 17th, Dick Masterson, me, some other people. Dick and I will be there. Live show. Come see it. If you're in the Minnesota area, if you're anywhere nearby, you got to check out Dick's. I don't even know where to buy tickets. But come to the live show. They're fun. They're great. These road rage events in general are very fun. You got to come before the show. Come Friday night. Everybody's. It's like a bar crawl. It'll be like a bar crawl through downtown Minneapolis. Should be great. We should be tripping over homeless drummers and all of that stuff. And then Saturday, it's another bar crawl leading up to the event. And then a bar crawl following the event. Tons of fun. Really great crew. Definitely. If you're anywhere near Minneapolis, you've got to come. Or if you can fly there, it's there. You will not regret it. Dick puts on a good show, but it's the whole weekend. It's not just the show. Like the show is like 2 hours or whatever, an hour or 2 hours. That's fun. But it's hanging out with seriously some great audience, great group of people. The Dick Show fans are fantastic. That's where I came from. So a lot of those guys, you can get all sorts of dirt about me or whatever from them. And yeah, that should be a blast. I don't know if Peach is coming. I'm hoping Peach can come, but I don't know. And you're not an alcoholic. No, it's not me who does it's the Dick Show fans who do the bar crawl thing. I mean, I might be there too. But yeah, definitely check that out. You can check out his audio engineer Sean on Twitter at LA-based comedian. The info for all the tickets is there, I believe. So go check that out. Make sure you get your ticket and come to the show. Sorry. But I miss my internet connection far more than liquor. Night of Hopex says, my constitutional argument against TCPA would be that it creates a second-class citizen. Just because people happen to know who I am means everybody can lie and blackball me in public and I get no recourse. I don't think that makes any sense. Oh, excuse me. The public figure doctrine is a constitutional problem anyway. Because think about the limited purpose public figure doctrine. Like, ignore the general. Limited purpose public figures are created by, literally by their speech, participating in a public discussion about them. So if your speech is chilled because merely responding to someone's public accusation against you makes you into a limited purpose public figure, if your speech is chilled because of that, then it's an impermissible breach of the First Amendment. I think that's an interesting argument. I don't know if anybody's ever made it. They should. That's just on the limited public figure doctrine in general. The public figure doctrine does, it seems to violate the 14th Amendment already because it says that people have unequal protection under the law, but it's not based on a protected class. So anyway, it's weird stuff here. Sipot says, with Funimation not giving Vic a written termination per their written contract combined with their non-compete and convention clauses, could they use his employment contract to interfere with him getting another job or going to convention in the future? No, they're in breach. If that contract is valid, not giving him a termination letter, a written termination letter, is a breach of a material term of the contract, and they're in breach, and he's not bound to the NDA or to the non-compete. Short Round says, if I wasn't you, who paid me to dox Popat? Oh no. Did Popat get doxed? Oh god, that's too bad. And his creepy Asian adoption fetish. Wait, it was J. Sean Lemoine. I just checked the PayPal. Short Round bad police advice 14. If you make it to your driveway, it's like base and tag, can't get arrested. 5-0, no. Citizen of Yarnum says, holy crap, is this girl for real? English mother effer, do you speak it? Jess says, here's to going home. I've been at work since the holiday. Any whiskey recommendations for a guy who likes slumming it with wild turkey, American honey on the rocks? You know what you like. Why would you want something new? I don't do whiskey on the rocks. I couldn't tell you. Wild turkey is good on ice. It really is. So I don't know what else I would suggest to go to compete with that. Mercenary X says, for the love of God, Nick, oil the hinges. Also, hi, kid, and good night. Was the same one that doing the very orky wah, or is this another one? It's the same one. If so, this one is trying to be sneaky like an Eldar. How much exposure to Warhammer? Not enough. I'm going to get those Warhammer Kids books, even though they look like a nightmare, and I'm going to read them to the kids. By Warhammer Kid books, I mean like all of the actual Warhammer books. Jay says, didn't their TCPA appear in the filing system the next business day and not on the 18th when Ty appeared on your show? I don't remember. Viriday says, thanks for the countless hours of... Oh, wait, I read that one. All right, back to the... now onto the super chats. That was Justice Chats. Brandon Gurley, thank you for the donation. Katie Bug says, my first super chat. Hey, thank you. Sorry I can't watch the show tonight. Please enjoy the money I would have spent if I renewed my Rooster Teeth first subscription this month. Thank you. I heard Rooster Teeth upping their prices and not honoring their grandfathered prices. Not a good plan. They feeling the sting? Tank92 says, please support Tim Pool's new campaign for his game Subverse. The physics will be top notch. The plot looks titillating. Andrew War Snowboard says, not since Pinocchio has a whale been associated with lying this frequently. RM was here says, why do all these people from Texas act like tofu fairy liberals? Because they are. Ninja Work 111 says, I made a Nightcore remix of your theme song. Maybe play it on your show tonight. No, I have a policy against playing things on my show. Stupid content ID. I'll have to listen to it. Polar Bear Diego says, tofu fairy liberals. That's it. Hold my shotgun. Adjust cowboy hat. Austro-Hungarian Strat says, can't remember if I asked this already, but what's the over-under on Funimation settling the moment the TCPA fails? I bet they're already preparing. Oh, God. If the TCPA fails, I imagine Funimation comes running. Mr. Leon and Jinte, thank you for the donations. Dr. S says, every second is another time you lost the case. Oh, no. That was a lot of losses. Asia Fraser says, Nick, if you're any later, you'll miss Ruth Bader Ginsburg's funeral. Polar Bear Jago says, Nick, for every second you're late, we lose the case, and Greg T gains another hair on his balding head butt. Boom on over here. Finn Frog says, late binary muted and monetized? I saw an ad. Harbinger 345 says, late gay muted and boomer going for a record A. Moby 121 says, listening since lawsuit, take my super chat cherry. Hey, thank you. Thank you. And thanks for being a long-time listener. Torga DW says, I come for the late and gay, but I stay for the boomerang. Automata says, psst, Martyr expansion out now. Pretty good so far. Oh, dang it. It is. I gotta get it. Skeet Neat says, nice start by having the mic muted. Too bad there isn't a mute button on people like Shane and Monica Blue Waffle Real. Joshua Maldonado says, love you, Nick. Starting muted is the perfect way to welcome you home. Lol. Yeah, it is. Twilight Dragon 3 says, God does have a good sense of humor. He did make Renfamous after all. Ew. Ew. Green Bullet Prod says, gamer girl bathwater? No, lawyer beard clippings. Ooh, I should have saved him. Talbot Link says, Sunday was the Shane of your existence? Yes. Trey Naylor 3 says, untimely and seeking sex individuals. See, GC excels Guerrilla News Network. With all these affidavits from women who have no relationship whatsoever to the parties involved with the lawsuit, how does Vic still have a case? Devil. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, of course. The twins have some interesting connections to Toye and Rial. And, again, Vic disagrees with their testimony. Says he never kissed him. Super Range 128 says, you say lawyers are scum. What does that say about you and Ty, though, eh? Scum. Terrible people. Isn't that evidenced by all of the ethics complaints? Lil Poo Poo says, when we getting an all-Russian accent stream? Oh, we could do all Russian. It would be okay. Randall number 9 says, welcome home, big guy. Now that you're back in Vault, you can scream at these degenerates at full volume. That sounds delicious. I can't wait. Later this week, I'll hopefully get into a screaming tizzy. When I get really mad and yell stuff, man, like Law Twitter loses their mind. They forget that this is a show for entertainment as well as education. Blaine 20 says, here's some dick riding. Added to your kids' college funds if you want. Hashtag he's mad. Marius Van says, or Ho's mad, not he's mad. Ho's mad. Marius Van says, why is there no case law on amending TCPA filing? Because no one waits until the last possible day to file theirs. They don't amend it. They don't have 500 pages of they don't have 500 pages of evidence to add to their motion. That's just nonsense. Normally, they don't do a deposition and they just file the TCPA right away. Because if it's frivolous, giving a bunch of evidence doesn't make a lot of sense. And undergoing all the costs. Sean Young, thanks for donation. Finn Frog says, I had a dream that Leonardo DiCaprio was my landlord. He killed tenants and had overdue rent. My rent was due. It upset me. Should I sue him? True story, bro. Yeah, sue him hard. Zachary Smith says, planning on doing a video on Jessica Yaniv. I heard they get you yeeted off the internet. There are numerous biased judges involved, so it should be right up your alley. That sounds horrible. Ichisinko says, 10 years ago, watching Nick at Night meant watching Cosby reruns. Never would have guessed a decade later it would mean watching a lawyer on YouTube. I'm not going to do my Cosby impression. Reek, thanks for the donation. Tino312 says, hey, some prayers would be welcome. My mother died last Friday at 1 a.m. while in a coma. I wish you the best of luck with tonight's stream. Vic deserves what's best for him. Hey, man. Blessings to you and your family. And my sincere condolences for your mom. And I will, absolutely, as soon as this stream's done, I will pray for you in private. Absolutely. Rando number 9 says, Nick confirmed for saying the gamer word with a hard R. We lost the case again, boys. Christine Hansopoulos says, how old are the twins anyway? I don't know how old they are now. That's, I don't know. D-Man Dog 056 says, hi Nick, what is your favorite Astartes chapter? I'm new to 40k, only played Space Marine games on 360 so far. My favorite Astartes chapter is, well, it's Grey Knights. My favorite army is Custodians currently. Grey Knights are technically still Astartes. Custodians are not. I love Grey Knights. They're just funny to me. But if you take Grey Knights off the table, I kind of waffle between. I love Ultramarines because their rigid adherence to the rule book is funny. But I also really like Salamanders. I don't know. Tetas Duras says, free YouTube red $2. Hey, thanks. Dave94 says, is conslut a slur? Conslut. I use lots of slurs. Consluts. Schwazoom. One thing regarding Mary Reese's affidavit, she said that Vic at the piano was surrounded by girls. Photo shows that everyone was at a good distance from him and no girls in the shot. Any thoughts on this? My thoughts are, it doesn't matter. He's in a public place playing piano. It doesn't matter if he's surrounded by a bunch of 6-year-olds. He's playing piano in a public place. Schwazoom says the dismissal of the Sandman case against WAPO makes me concerned a fair bit. Clear how far it shouldn't. It shouldn't. If you go watch my stream on the Washington Post case with Sandman on the filing, man, that when you get down into the filing, they're trying to draw these elaborate inferences to connect Sandman to the statements in the case. They don't actually name him specifically. It's pretty tough. They went for the big dogs and the big money, but they maybe should have gone after individual people. All right. The Pied Pianist. Slipknot Draken, thanks for the donation. The despised user says, Pumpkin, I'd like to file a motion to squash. Mario Carter 13 says, where on the doll did Richard touch your subpoenas? IT Weeb says, an obnoxious lawyer? Well, I never, sir. Goru says, one can easily read this complaint as being on the internet as well as these other things violates professional ethics. I can't even. Ichisinko says, Dick Rekieta serving Jamie Markey subpoenas. Never. Anime Chick 122393 says, nice 3-ring circus kick Vic has going. Need tickets. T Dongle Stan. Something about that name unnerves me. Says, hi Nick, have you looked into the YouTuber Larry Wheels situation? How about 2018 Mr. Olympia Sean Roden? I trust your opinion, would like to hear what you have to say. Bless you and yours, thank you. I have no idea who they are. That's interesting. Rob Dizzle says, shout out GoFundMe. Quartering started for that umbrella guy's new baby. Link is under his latest video about Tug getting doxxed and the Blue Orca clan. I guess. That's a weird one for me. Why are we... I don't understand it. Torga DW says, like I said earlier, I stay for the boomer. Hey, thanks. Matt Ranostay says, geez, Nick, so gay. Joni Baloney says, Nicky's kids are sad after his deposition. Brian Burke says, if Moron get dismissed before it's proven Funimation is liable for their actions on Twitter, how does that work out? People can be brought back into the suit. I think it would just end up working out well for Funimation. Like, they can be liable for their actions, but if their actions don't have liability, then who cares? Finfrog says, Lemoine's signature looks like a drunken number 22, WTF. Rinaflex01 says, Nick, I'm assuming you know about Taylor Swift's relationships because of your kids. We'll give you a pass in the chat for this one. Let's not discuss on the live stream or in the super chat. Whoops. Russell Greer. I know about Taylor Swift's relationship with Russell Greer because I did several videos on Russell Greer that you should definitely watch with my guest host Sriracha. If you haven't watched the Russell Greer videos, let me introduce you to Russell Greer. Sakagi Onsai says, hey, who wants to go to Lemonhead's ex parte? Melora N says, could Lemoine's personal letter to the judge technically be considered an ex parte communication? Kind of looks like one, doesn't it? Max Mixter says, hey, everybody, please buy the Ron Soy Story Cup. MMA Force says, AMA stream for $75K. That's a good idea. An Ask Me Anything stream. Cow Chips Bought Me says, at $75K, drink Jack Daniels a tie. DCV Titan says, for $75K, you should do a 72-hour stream. No. You don't have to be up the whole time. Get Drex, Ty, or Q or others to carry the stream while you take a nap. Dark Soldier 013 says, using a free super chat, keep fighting stupidity. I will. No one important says, Monica. That's a typo. Had to explain the definition of harassment for those harassing, bullying kids on those internets. Arcticon DM says, it's too wide, every description of Monica. Mike Lombardo says, hey, Rackets, when can we see the DHS letter? That's a good question. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Audimus X says, didn't Monica state in deposition that she used emojis when referring to Vic because Funimation expected her to tailor her tweets? I don't know. Did she say that? Maybe. Joseph TX says, damn, I realized 2 seconds too late. I should have said Mr. Parker was too busy husking Popat's corn to take a visit. Hashtag boomering chats, hashtag Nebraska things. I don't know if Popat likes the kiwi farms. Slipknot Dragon says, Devil's Advocate, have you weighed the statements and accounts in pure form and considered Vic could be a sociopath? I support him, just a what if. I mean, yeah. Sure. He's a sociopath. He's really good at it. Bad Dragonite says, trans-face lawyer. That's what I should do. Someone says 75K AMA stream so Lemoine doesn't have to depose me. We'll do a deposition stream where you guys get to depose me and for super chats, of course. Just kidding. I mean, I'm not really kidding. I don't know how I'd keep up with the chat and super chats and all that. That would be funny though, wouldn't it? We'd have to make it 6 hours, right? Because that's the length of the maximum length of a deposition. Mr. Ravelon says, check out Internet Law Review channel sometime. Guy is sensible and informative, has a dry sense of humor that gets more active the more fooked up the case he reads is. Ravelon 1 says, defense seems to think the judge is stupid. Solo Beverly says, does anything from Funny's contract shown on an earlier stream contradict Jamie's affidavit in point number 8? Well, yeah. Automata says CDA argument on page 5 of Veronica's motion to dismiss supplement. Okay, we'll have to do that tomorrow. Wingzer012 says, got any big cases coming up? For me? Oh, thank God, no. Lane 20 says, FYI, the debate hall Discord server isn't a gay ops hatchery. Okay. Insert clever name here says, will you be looking at the Covington kids' decision? I think they got a raw deal. I don't think that they did. Again, when I read that complaint, I thought, this is not well drafted. Mickey C says, I just had a double wisdom tooth removal, celebrating, popping my super chat cherry and a heap of oxys on a long train ride home watching the stream. Why are you on a train ride after that? Oh, God. R.I.P. Beige Devil says, what odds would you give for Funny losing the TCPA? Right now, I'm at 50-50 on Funimation. I think Ty's got it, but the TCPA is so overly broad Wing012 says, let's face it, Ron and Monica could be the new Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka. Dominus Ex Machina says, the judge in DBZA Napa voice upon hearing that Jamie Markey lied under oath. I'm firing Malaysia. I don't know. I don't remember Napa's voice. Blaine 20 says, DBZ abridged Napa voice. Blaine 20 says, Vic is so screwed. Everything people write on affidavits is true. Nobody lies in them. They don't need to be cross-examined. Kick Vic shed tears today at how monstrous Vic was to those girls. Yeah. So monstrous. Shuru says, when I told my mom about your shows and how you handle professionalism and alcohol in the legal field, she says you sound like a judge, so there are at least some people who respect your competence. Oh, no. Joseph TX says, I'd be in Nebraska then. Might come up there. Hope my cowboy height will make me as tall as you. But I think I'll come up short like Billy's legal career. Oh, come on. I am thinking about going by Billy's office. Next time I'm in the cities, just dropping in for a consult on internet crimes, right? He's a criminal defense lawyer. I feel like, I don't know how much it would cost. I'd have to call up his law firm and ask what a 1 hour consult with Billy would cost. I think it'd be worth it, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it if I walked in there and was like, hey, what's up, Billy? How's it going? God, he'd lose his mind. 99 Iron Duke says, Nick, for a good movie, check out the Australian film Danger Close, Battle of the Long Tan, out 8th of August. Trailer on YouTube. I'll check it out. Kilo Bravo 777 says, does a pre-made affidavit, especially two telling the same story, have a lesser impact than ones done independently? All of the evidence in TCPA is weighted in the light most favorable to Vic. So take that for what you will. The practical, yeah, of course. All this stuff does. They're people. People are determining this. Judges, juries, clerks. People. James Panzone, thanks for the donation. Rolana 1 says, how serious is perjuring your deposition under oath taken? Depends on the scope of the perjury. Beige Devil says, what odds would you give Veronica losing the TCPA? Much higher than 50-50. Maybe 70-30. We'll say that. Mick Barrel says, more cookies. I'm going to eat. When the show ends, I'm going to dump cookies into my face. Sakaki Onsai says, a horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk like a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Miss Rial. Lane 20 says, if you became a judge, would you have to quit your show? Almost definitely. Joseph TX says, before he nuked his AVO, he said free 1 hour consults. What about free 1 hour con sluts? Are the con sluts free for 1 hour here? I read that they were. And I'm really interested in a 1 hour free con slut. There we go. All right, guys, that's it. Let me get this thing set up. Go to default. What's the default setting at? Oh, I guess I'm gonna hear it. Sweet deal. Let's do this a little bit. All right. Here's some whiskey drinking lawyer for you guys. If you guys are not aware, I have made a musical song of my own called Cuck Yourself. I believe it is available on my SoundCloud. Some people have found it. It's about the Maddox lawsuit, if you enjoy it. It's a little parody song. Joseph TX says, don't talk about Dominique Sky like that. Oh, brutal. All right, guys. So you can, if you want to hear me sing, which I don't know why anybody would, but if you do, you can go check out my parody song, Cuck Yourself. It's on SoundCloud. The SoundCloud link is in the description. All right, guys. I'm calling it a night. It's really late. It's not actually that late, but it is when you consider how much driving I've done today. I really want to go to bed. In my bed, which I've been missing. I have a Tempur-Pedic adjustable bed. and I miss it gravely when I'm gone. I will see you all tomorrow, normal time. We've got so much to discuss. All right, guys. Peace. Peace.
So pour out an art bag, a bow, more of love frog. Spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea, post on Twitter as we hear lawsplaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one